Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be unboxing and setting up this dual composter tumbler. So this composter was purchased from Costco for a couple $100. The main reason for purchasing it was because it is a tumbler. I did have an earth machine type composter before, and you had to turn it over regularly with a pitchfork. The main advantage to this type of composter is you simply had to roll the barrels and the contents inside will get aerated, and will help increase the speed at which the contents will be composted. It is a dual composter, so you have two barrels and you could have both working at the same time. The tools that are required, it says a drill, wrench, and a screwdriver. It's UV protected, hopefully better UV protected than this box because it is quite faded. And the box it's in pretty rough shape. It looks like it's been tumbled a few times itself. Let's have a quick look and see what we have inside. So the advantage of this style of composter is its ease of use. To mix or aerate the compost, simply spin the barrels. This will help speed up and ensure good breakdown of those composting materials. Another pro is the height of the unit. It's waist high, making it easy to add those kitchen scraps and yard waste. And is also easy to remove the compost for use in your garden. The height of the unit is also good because it helps keep out mice and rats. This style of composter, though, does come with some disadvantages. It has a tendency to get quite hot inside, and that will impact the composting life cycle, especially if the unit is in direct sunlight. It actually gets so hot that it turns into a mini greenhouse compared to those composters that are sitting right on the cool ground. Speaking of the ground, worms and other decaying, encouraging critters cannot easily access the compost when it is elevated from the ground in the unit that I have here. Now, when considering a composter, the goal is to divert those organics from the landfill. So please think about this. What is the value or the amount of compost you can produce from this product, which is made out of plastic, before it reaches the end of its life and ends up in the trash? So as you can see here, the composter comes in many parts. Give yourself at least an hour. It took me about an hour and a half to put this together. Alright, so let's start fast forwarding through this process. Alright, cool, we're all done. Here's how it looks after it's all assembled. It's pretty impressive, but it did take a really long time to put this together, and the instructions were, pretty terrible. So hopefully this video will help some of those who are struggling to put this together. Now, one thing that I did note is that the locks here on the sides that keep the barrels locked and keep them from spinning, they're kind of short and they can slide out of the locking mechanism because the pipe here is so long and there's extra space between the two tumblers. Alright, I've been using the composter for quite a while. Just wanted to give you guys an update on how it's been performing over the past few years. Visually, okay, we had a lot of rust. The latches still work. Here's some heavy duty. The latch right here to keep the mechanism from rolling, that still works. A bit sun faded, that's fine. The overall frame looks good, no rust on that. This is what it looks like when it's opened. It's been composting pretty good. It gets really hot, so I got it on the north side here of my shed to protect it from the sun, which will go like that. I do have to water it every now and then, and sometimes open it up just to let it dry out. When it rains, not much water gets inside here, but somehow, maybe through cracks or something, if I release that one, you can hear water inside. But if you open it up, there's no water inside. So there's water inside of the compartments. So might have to drill a hole in those or in the low points here and try to get it to drain out, because it is actually makes it a lot heavier and difficult to roll. It's locked in. So yeah, let's put some more stuff in here. And so far I'm pretty happy with it. It's not great. Things do stay wet in there longer than I would like. As you can see the moisture down there. So it does need babysitting. It requires work. So it's not just a matter of putting your compost in here and leaving it and hoping for it, or putting your organics in here and leaving it and hoping for the best. You actually do have to manage it. And if you fall behind, you don't get a good decay. So also, obviously, it doesn't decay plastic bags. I put one of the compostable ones in there, and it didn't do anything, of course. But that's okay. That's expected. And so let's put some more grass clippings in here. I find that adding leaves or grass clippings an excellent way to give the decomposition an extra boost. The units both have a tendency to slide together, so at the end you have to push it to one side to get it back up so it hooks in, but it doesn't just slide down if it's not moving. So let's just have a look after that mixture. There we go. Nicely aerated. Everything that was stuck onto the bottom has come off and mixed nice throughout, so that's great. Has some more organics in there, some more greenery. The grass really helps keep it going, and I've been using it in the garden. It's been a great product that it produces, so that's all that really matters.